Your content, like you just said, it determines your personal brand, your mission, your vision, how people relate to you, how people connect to you, if they want to hire you, if they don't want to hire you. People sleep on content. They're like, oh, I hate content. I hate content. I'm sorry, but every time you're showing up, whatever you're saying is content, whether you mean it or not.
Hello, welcome to Monetizing Mompreneurs podcast, where I take you behind the scenes with industry leaders, entrepreneurs, moms, working professionals, and amazing people pursuing their passions and going for their dreams. And I'm your host, Linda Mendable. It's here. Get ready. Monetizing Mompreneurs first ever summit. 1 ticket, 4 events, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. We first kick it off this March 7th through the 9th. Sign up at www.monetizingmompreneursummit.com. I hope to see you there. You'll be hearing from amazing speaker and amazing experts. They're going to hit on being unapologetically you and your business, how to start a profitable podcast in 2023, speed up your startup, the pivot from mompreneur to full-time income mompreneur, the power of podcast pitches, how to get yours written in 30 minutes or less, business and marketing, monthly marketing strategies for mompreneurs, fast tracking your success, what I wish I knew, refresh, recharge, regroup, keys to managing entrepreneurial wellness, paid ads, the who, what, when, and wheres of paid advertising. We have an amazing lineup. Spring into profit this spring, this March, 7th through the 9th. Spring into profits with us. I can't wait to see you there. Again, go to www.monetizingmompreneursummit.com. I am so excited. I have the amazing Brittany. And Brittany, she's a wife, a mom of 3, and you're 3 living kiddos and 2 angels.
Oh, we've lost 2 babies.
No, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I lost a little girl 4 years ago, and I lost a little girl just in March.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Brittany.
Thank you.
I know that we're going to have an amazing show today because Brittany is going to teach us how to get rich with your content. And you were a stockbroker for 7 years before you became a mindset and business coach, which you are helping, entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs. So Brittany, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. First one, no pressure.
No pressure. This is the first one. So excuse me if I'm a little bit nervous or I ramble on, but I want to get into basically a little bit about you, Brittany. We know how you started. So what are you doing now? Because now you're doing ChatGPT.
Yeah. So I was a stockbroker for 7 years. It was interesting. I was pregnant when I got into doing stocks. My dad's a stockbroker. To build the business, and I knew he had so much time freedom and financial freedom. So I was like, I want that. I want to raise my kids. I want to be a present mom. I don't want them to be in daycare if I can help it. And so I did that for 7 years. And the way he grew his business, the way I was growing mine was completely different. I was online. The internet didn't exist when he started. I was just a kid. And so people started coming to me being like, how are you growing your personal brand? How did you decide? How do you decide what to say? Teach me about marketing. And so right before the pandemic, I left finance and started my own business, teaching people how to grow businesses. And then late last year, I kind of went from general mindset and business coaching for female entrepreneurs. And I just scooched it a smidge and was like, I'm the content queen now. Because the things that people come to me with the most are, what do I say? How do I say it? How do I say things in such a way that grows my audience? How do I nurture my audience? How do I get people to actually pay me And yes, when ChatGPT dropped, I don't know, it's been like 4 or 5 weeks. It has not been long. Um, artificial intelligence has been around for a long time, but for whatever reason, ChatGPT was just like kind of came flying out of nowhere. It was the fastest growing platform ever. I think they said like it took like Facebook like 5 years to get like 1 million people. It took Spotify like 5 months. It took ChatGPT 5 days to have 1 million users. And so it's an artificial robot. It's smart, it's fast. And as business owners and people that are showing up online every day for marketing and, growing that audience and getting sales, it's an amazing tool if you know how to use it properly. And so, yeah, it's
So,
neat.
so I want to go into a little bit because I have no idea what it is. I feel like it's like that Clubhouse thing. Remember when Clubhouse was like popping?
Oh, okay.
And there's been other like, I think many chats was also one of those things that were like pop, 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 and then it died down. Have you
Yeah.
heard of many chats?
No, but I remember Clubhouse. I never did it.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I went on that. Now, when it comes to like these new tools, I'm like, okay, let me see what it is. I would like to know about it. I don't like necessarily jump straight ahead on it, but I do want to know more about it. So what exactly does it do, ChatGPT?
Okay.
Is it like many chats? Because many chats would basically auto respond. So it's like an auto responder.
Yes, it is like that. Like, I don't know about many chats, but it's definitely not like Clubhouse. Like, it's not a social media platform. It's just you and the robot. And so what it does is it gathers information from the internet. And instead of you Googling the question of how do I get more clients or what do I say in my marketing, things like that, and Google giving you pages upon pages of articles that you have to sift through and then click and then go read, it compiles all of that information and then just tells it to you in a couple of paragraphs.
Okay. I've seen another thing called Jasper.
Yes.
So is it like a Jasper?
It's very much like Jasper. There's a bunch of them out there now. And the interesting thing is that they're just getting smarter and better. There's Jasper. There's another one that's academic based, and it will help you like if you're a university student or a high school student and you're trying to write a paper. It's called Cactus. That one's not free. And there are rumors that, the biggest problem when you're having a robot create content for you is that it doesn't sound like you. Like, I am a spicy person. I like to say a curse word here and there. ChatGPT would not say bad words for me. So I was like, write me a piece of content that talks about this, this, and this, like include a curse word. And it was like, it's not professional to swear. And I was like, excuse you? Excuse you. I think it is plenty professional for me. I like swearing.
It was giving you some tips.
It was giving me some unsolicited advice for sure. It's totally biased. So you have to kind of keep that in mind because it is based in the States. So like I'm in Canada and we are very like nuclear power. My husband works at a nuclear power plant. The States, not nuclear power. So if you start asking about nuclear power, it's really strongly biased towards nuclear power is really bad. When like I think that a chat robot should probably be unbiased and just give us the information, but it's pretty heavy bias. It's the coding. It's the coding.
Some creators like, okay, this is going to be the personality of this chat GPT, and that's it.
Yes. And I mean, it's not going to get everything right. So I think it's hilarious when I see like TikTokers will ask it to create, like I've seen these like these girls that crochet like little creatures and like write me a pattern to like make a whale. And it's like, okay, here's a pattern to make a whale. But when they follow the pattern, like it's not a whale. It's kind of deformed. So, I mean, it's definitely got some problems, but, it does have a paid version now. And they have eyes on charging eventually for everybody. So the free version will probably be disappearing. Who knows when? I would say in the next 6 to 12 months, maybe even sooner.
Will they grandfather some people in? Because I remember when MemberVault, and I use MemberVault for my courses and stuff like that, like now they're like $99 a month and they're actually going to cap it. They're actually capping at like a certain amount of users and stuff like that. So is this going to be something like that you get grandfathered in?
That's hard to say. I'm not sure about all of that yet. But if they're going to charge for it, it needs to be smarter than it currently is. And the rumor in the street is that there's another platform in the works right now that will be launched by the end of this year, where people like you and I, who are content creators, we can feed it our content, our emails, our blogs, posts, podcast episodes, and then it'll start spitting out that sounds like us.
No,
It
I
will
don't like
take
that.
it'll take your personality and spit it out. I don't feel like I super like that either. We have to remember that it'll never say anything that's not already been said.
Mhm.
And so it can't be smarter than you.
Oh, okay.
You can't look at these things and be like, this can run my business for me. No, it can't. Like, your brain is your best asset. Your personality is your best asset. Your experience and your knowledge are your best assets. A robot can't do that. It can't evoke the emotions. It can't make people feel the way that you can. And so we have to kind of put it in the proper perspective. This thing is just faster. It's not smarter. It's just faster. Like, you and I can sit here and have a conversation, and in a minute, the human brain can only have like 1 to 3, maybe 5 new ideas. The robot can do like 50 ideas in a minute. And so when you're using it to just think faster than you, then you just get to be more effective when you're using it. It can't replace you. It can just make you more effective.
It's almost like a calculator, but with content then.
Exactly. And like, you can use it for anything. Like, you can have it do crochet patterns and meal planning and homeschool plans for things like that. But for us who are mom entrepreneurs, like, use it for market research, use it for coming up with inspiration. Like, ask it things like, what are the top 10 Google searches about my specific niche? And then you can make it be specific and have it answer those top 10 things for you if you wanted to, or you can let your own mind come up with how you would want to respond to it. It'll do whatever you want it to do, which is so weird and so cool. I wrote a post when I was promoting the class that I was doing, and I was like, okay, I'm going to have ChatGPT do the whole thing. And I was like, create a piece of content that's promoting me teaching how to use you to online entrepreneurs, but I wanted to sound like a Taylor Swift song.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like, here it is. Like,
how was it turned? Did you try it? How was it turned
well,
out?
I didn't know how to sing it. I was like, what's the tune here?
So he made an F song.
Yeah, you can have it kind of do, like I said, it won't swear. It also won't give you any legal advice or anything that could, get you or the creators into trouble.
Yeah. I don't know if you can sue him, right? I'm going to sue you, Jasper. I'm going to sue you, ChatGPT.
Well, but you can sue the CEO.
Okay. Woo. Yeah, I'm
like,
sure
hey,
there's a lot of things involved with that, and I'm sure there's like a learning curve with that too.
Yeah.
So how are you using it?
So as a content creator, coming up with content is pretty easy for me. So I don't use it a ton for myself. I usually use it when I'm helping my clients. Be like, okay, this is just going to go so much faster if I use this, so we can really optimize our time together on our calls. Use it to be more efficient during our coaching sessions. But another thing that's important to remember is we're going to see a lot of people. There's two sides. You're going to see people who are using it and then copying and pasting the responses into their content. But what they don't understand is that Google owns the smartest artificial intelligence, and it's called Lambda. And anytime we post something, Lambda is constantly scanning the internet, particularly if you're marketing through like Google, like you're writing blogs and things like that. And it will purposely like make your stuff invisible if it feels like or determines that what you are posting is fake, meaning a robot wrote it. So you still have to go through what it spits out to you and personalize it, make it your own, make it yourself. But you're also seeing copywriters coming out going, hey, you know what? If you hire us, all of your content will be human made.
Okay.
which
Yeah.
is it's a weird time that we live in, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a very interesting time. I think if you're an entrepreneur, I think this is a very amazing time to get in the game in the online and monetizing online,
Yeah.
and building out those funnels. And I think content is a big part of funnel building. I think one of the things I was going to say is that I don't think it's just about content, it's the delivery of the content as well.
Yeah.
Right. And I think maybe with with ChatGPT and this thing that could create content, and now this whole audio thing that can just spit it out, video is going to be even more prevalent too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because people are like, well, I don't know who's speaking right now. If it gets that deep, I pray to God it doesn't. I pray to God it doesn't. I pray.
I agree. But I mean, we know just with how popular TikTok is that like video is like the way of the future. People will always read. I always say there are people who consume written and then there are people who consume video. Those people never overlap. Like I'm a written person, I consume written. If I come across a video that doesn't have captions, I am not watching it. Like I
Oh,
want
wow,
to read.
yeah, that's interesting. I like writing things out. And I remember there's some people that don't like reading captions, and there's some people who love reading captions. I'm a chat reader. I'm reading the chat. I read the chats like
What's going on here?
yeah, like what's really going on over here? What are people saying here? You know, what what's word
The
on
video is just the background while I try to sleuth my way into what's going on.
yeah, I gotta mute it first. Boop, and then I go into the comments.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
feel
loop
you.
that video, that audio. Oh my gosh, it's too much.
Yeah. Oh my soul, it's hilarious.
I know, but I have learned, and for me, content has been the pillar, one of the pillars that has definitely positioned me and has me getting people in my DMs or
Yeah.
getting people in my group or working with me. My saying is, they say cash is king, but content is queen. And
That's what I say.
that's
That's
what
what
I
I
say.
say. Yes, yes. It's so true because your content, like you just said, it determines your personal brand, your mission, your vision, how people relate to you, how people connect to you, if they want to hire you, if they don't want to hire you. People sleep on content. They're like, oh, I hate content. I hate content. I'm sorry, but every time you're showing up, whatever you're saying is content, whether you mean it or not.
Yeah, and one of the things that really kind of like blows my mind is that there's people that say, I want to go to the next level. I want to do XYZ. I want to get more clients, but they're not willing to change. They're not willing to change and make those moves that would take them to those levels of receiving that more that they want. Have you noticed that? I'm sure you have.
100%. I think that there's so much toxic information. It's borderline abusive where you're just kind of like, I show up once a week and then I make $1 million from that one post, so you don't have to show up. There's this level of entitlement in the industry of, you know what, I'm here, so people should just pay me. And for people like you and I who are content creators, like I post 3 to 5 times a day minimum, right? That's how I get visible. That's how I grow my audience. You have to be in people's awareness. The world does not revolve around us. That would be cool if it did, but it's silly to assume that everything you post, your entire friends list, your whole following sees it, because that's just false. More people are not seeing it than are seeing it. So you got to show up, you got to say things, you got to bring yourself to top of mind for your ideal clients. They're not going to put you there. You got to push your way through the noise to be there. You're like, hello, I'm standing right in front of you all the time to help you with your problems. And most people aren't willing to show up that much.
Yeah, amen. Okay, so Brittany, how does one get rich with content?
Yeah. I think that your content needs to accomplish one of, if not all, I feel like all is probably a little heavy for someone, but one of 4 things. Okay. Number 1, it needs to entertain. It needs to be relatable. You need to be showing off some of your life, especially in today's market. I'm starting a series in March on my podcast about scammer business coaches, cult coaching, like zero integrity. Oh yeah. I'm spilling some tea here because I have participated in a cult coaching experience as a consumer. I had purchased into a cult coaching experience. So I'm going to be sharing all of that. And I have like 4 episodes on the last season of my podcast where I talk about it. But in saying that, there's so much going on, especially in the business coaching industry, where people are being called out and canceled for being a scammer, running a cult, not having any integrity, not having any real business being a business coach. So that now when people buy things, and especially with this recession looming, people want to hold their money so tightly. And so now when people buy things, they want to see you as a human. They want to relate to you. They want to feel connected to you. And they want to trust that you actually know what you're claiming you know. So you want to be entertaining. You want to be sharing your life. You want to be sharing some of the ins and outs. You want to be authentic and genuine. That doesn't mean you have to spill all your dirty laundry all over to the floor for everyone to see, but let people see you in your element. Let people see you doing things that you do for fun. Let people see some of the hardships that you have been through. Like, I'm a big one to talk about what I have been through, growing a business to $500,000 organically while also losing babies. Like, that's hard. And especially for moms, 50% of moms are going to lose their babies. So when I talk about this, like, this is legit. How do I keep running my business while grieving and doing all of these things? So be entertaining in that way. People want to consume you and they want to come and consume. You want to educate, so you want to show off what you know. Like, don't hold back. People want to know how now. It used to be tell them the who, what, when, where, why, but make sure the how is behind a paywall. That doesn't fly anymore. People want to know how you're going to help them because they want proof now. There's been enough smoke and mirrors and snake oil going on in the industry. People want to know, teach it to me.
What I want to say is that one of the things that has definitely benefited me is creating like this resource library with a bunch of free items, but highly like amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
free, but you're going to get action. And a lot of people are so afraid of just putting their content to help another person that they're so afraid, then what's going to be paid? The thing about it is, this is what I have learned in creating content, is that you never know like how deep, because you know it, but it's actually a lot deeper than what you think that you know, right? There's a lot of things that come into play, and a lot of the things that you're putting out as content, sometimes if people see, oh my gosh, this gets results, I want to work with them because I need some specifics. I got this thing. I want to ask these certain types of questions, X, Y, Z. Okay. So I just wanted to have that input. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's true. People are so afraid that if they help someone for free, they'll never pay them. And I think the opposite. The more people I can help for free, the more likely they are to pay me.
Free goes straight to VIP.
Exactly.
That's what I've learned. Like, they go free to VIP, and then from VIP, they invest in the other ones that you have.
Yep.
If you have other lower ticket or what have you. So sometimes it's just free directly to VIP. That's what I have experienced.
Yeah, it's true. I don't think that there's anything like any factual basis of giving too much. Give. The more you give, the more you receive. The other thing, you want to be inspiring. So when you share those stories of authenticity and being genuine and things like that, let people know what you've gone through. Share stories. Not just your own stories, like share stories of people who you have helped, your clients, like inspire people to take action and go do things, and like brag on yourself. You are the main character in your life. You're allowed to brag on yourself. Let's not hold back. And then finally, it needs to sell. You want to be making very clear calls to action to have people hire you, because if they don't know that your doors are open and your open sign is turned on, they're not going to okay, here and there, you might have a person be like, hey, are you taking new clients? But for the most part, you have to make it so easy for your audience to hire you.
Not only that, make it easy for people to pay you.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Make it easy.
Make it easy. Don't make them jump through hoops. Don't make them click a ton of buttons. Like, book a call with me here. Find a time that works. Let's talk. Here's the buy button. Just go click the buy button. put your name, put your information. You're going to get added in immediately. It's so ominous. I don't know why we make it so ominous, but be so clear. Don't be afraid to tell people what to do, because if we don't tell them what to do, they're not going to do it. My girlfriend used this analogy and she's like, if I go to my husband and I'm like, hey, husband, like, touch me, he's going to be like, okay. And he's going to like poke you on the shoulder. Like, he's not going to have any idea what you're talking about. But if you're like whipping a titty out and you're like, baby, touch me over here, he's going to be like, heck yes. And he's going to like run over and grab you. But you want it to be so clear, right? Like, you want your audience to be like, heck yes, thanks for telling me exactly what I'm supposed to do. Because if you're vague, they're just going to poke you on the shoulder when really you're like, poke me other places. Right?
Yeah. So, okay. Got it. Be specific. Got it.
Make it apparent. Yes.
I mean, Valentine's Day was yesterday. So
I know.
It's pretty on point.
I know. But do you know what? I think, for me as like a marketing consultant, a strategist, I see so many people being like, DM me and let's chat. Like, what are we chatting about? Why am I DMing you about this? Like, I don't want to chat.
Yeah.
Like, be more specific about it.
Yeah. Like, DM me if you want blah, 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 blah. DM me if you're going through XYZ and, you want this freebie that takes you da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something way more clear and compelling.
Yeah. Especially with the competition. Like, more and more people are getting online, on social media. And I think that's why delivery is important.
Yeah.
Because I think you can use, this is how I feel, and I'm not worried about the chat or AI or anything like that. I don't think it's gonna take away from, us as humans. Wow. I can't believe I'm saying that. But what I really feel is that it's about delivery more so than content and the delivery of the content mixed, mingled and intermingled. Like you said, be entertaining, be aspiring, have something that resonates, right? Share, take a little behind the scenes and all of that. So people now want to see people and they want to they want to know the founders. They want to know who is the founder of this company and why should listen, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly it. That's what we got to do. So.
Well, Brittany, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Brittany Budd, like my main place. I have a Facebook group called Get Fully Booked, Go Viral, and Get Rich with Your Content. I have a podcast with the same name. I'm on Instagram and TikTok at the Brittany Budd. I'm on all the platforms. I'm in all the places.
Yes. Yeah. And so, Brittany, you have a freebie, right?
I do. If you want to learn how to use ChatGPT to just think faster for you. I also, when I did this class, you can grab the replay. It's brittanybudd.com/chat masterclass. I also teach you how to use it to create engagement posts and then pair it with Canva to create an entire year's worth of content and graphics to get your audience talking. So that's so fun. Great hack.
Amen. That's awesome.
And it's totally free. So you just have to drop your email. It'll go straight to your inbox. Watch it whenever you want. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. And Brittany is going to be one of our speakers for the Monetizing Mompreneurs Summit. It's one ticket, 4 events. And basically, if you get it now, and Brittany is in our productivity section, and basically to get your 2024 year going on and coming on strong. But we're also going to have networking sessions in each of the segments that we're doing. So that's going to be exciting. But Brittany is also going to deliver. So make sure you sign up so you don't miss Brittany's talk, because we are going to send you reminders when you register for each talk. You can register for any talk that you want. So go to monetizingmompreneurssummit.com.
Amazing.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have a chance, stop by the website at lindamendable.com. Sign up for the Blog Cure, which is an awesome course that I created that will help you set up your blog or take your blog to the next level. And join us over at Monetizing Mompreneurs Facebook group. I just want to say again, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Easy.